up, y'all? It's your girl Naya, and I'm back with another watch for y'all. How y'all doing? I know y'all. I've been gone for a little minute or whatever, but I've had a lot of personal things going on and personal things I personally had to get together before I just came on this camera and just, fake it till I made it. No, I'm not finna do that. So yeah, I had a lot of personal things going on, and then I also wanted to get a camera, which I did get, but I have to order me a new ring light because the ring light that I have is really only compatible for cell phones. So right now I'm still recording on my phone, but the next time y'all see me, I will most definitely have my camera. Okay, I'll be recording off my camera. But like I said, I'm so sorry. I know I said weekly videos for y'all, but I was going through a personal thing, in my life, and I had to get some stuff together. But guess what? I'm back now. I'm back in action, okay? So, yeah. But anyway, before we get into another story time, please go like. If y'all don't do anything else, like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment and subscribe. And also press that notification bell button to see when your girl uploading again, okay? Because I'm going to be hitting y'all back to back with videos now, okay? So, without further ado, let's get into this video, y'all. So, yes, y'all, as y'all can tell by the title, this is a story about my ex leaving me stranded. I could have died. Somebody could have kidnapped me. But anyway, so so how this all started off, it was me and some of my friends. It was 4 of us in total, so it was me and three other females with me or whatever, and we was going out for the night. So everybody met up at my house and we all hopped in my car. Now before we actually got into our activities for the night, we went to a liquor store. And when we pull up, now mind you, this liquor store, it's like in like a kind of like a little strip mall, but that's the only store in the strip mall. Like, the liquor store is the only store in the strip mall. And then on the corner, it's like this little bar. So, people, they be, and the bar is very, very small. Like, the bar is very small. So, I don't think the capacity is even 50 people. That's how small the bar is. So whoever is not able to get into the bar, they be in a little parking lot of the bar and the liquor store, and they just be hanging out and stuff like that. So it was these dudes. Me and my friends, we got out the car, we walked into the store. Before we even walked into the store, no, actually when we was walking into the store, it was a dude that was trying to talk to one of my friends. And then I guess his homie just tried to talk to my other friend. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, y'all. Y'all do y'all stuff. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go talk to them or whatever. I'm going to go get the liquor. Like, I'm going to get the liquor because I ain't got time. Like, I'm trying to get the liquor and go ahead about our business. And I'm not no cock blocker or nothing like that. So I'm getting the liquor, but whole time, like, I end up getting some Monacos too, because I like to drink Monacos, like, no matter what. If I'm drinking wine, if I'm drinking hard liquor, if I'm drinking another drink, I always get me a Monaco. I always get me a Monaco, and I specifically get the purple one. If y'all haven't tried that, I don't know if that's only Chicago-based. I don't know if that's only out in Chicago, but if y'all never heard of Monacos and you live in Chicago, go try them. They is bomb. Y'all probably done moved on to some other drink now, but I'm still stuck on Monacos, okay? But anyway, regardless, that's not the point of the story. keep it pushing, girl. Keep it pushing. So, yeah, I get the Monaco's and I walk up to the register. Now, we just gonna call this dude, we just gonna call my ex, we gonna call him Devin. We just gonna call him Devin. So Devin, he walk in, he see his homies. Now this is all the homies that's been talking to my friends, they his homies too. So, you know, he walk in, and he see me. Now he has on one of them ski masks, y'all. The dudes be wearing and stuff around the wintertime, and low key niggas be wearing that during the summertime too. And I just be like, I know y'all sweating under there, and I know it's stink because it's too hot outside to be wearing that on your face. But okay, I mean, hey, it's probably I'm not trying to spot them out problem. I don't know. I don't care either. So yeah, he had that on his face or whatever. And I see his eyes, and I ain't gonna lie, he had cute eyes, and, you know, he had a little dress that was peeking out the top of the you know what, y'all know what I'm trying to say. So he had a dress or whatever. And I'm like, so he walked up to me, and he was like, he said, hey, little mama, something to that nature, or something like that. And I'm just looking at him like... So I'm telling the dude at the register, I'm like, yeah, can I get a fifth of Hennessy? No, I think it was Douce. Did we get Douce or Hennessy? Whatever, we got either one. So I'm like, yeah. So then he kept on trying to talk to me. I'm low-key trying to get the liquor. Like, I was going to eventually turn around and speak because that's not in my nature not to speak. But at the end of the day, like, let me buy my stuff. So he was like, so then this man says, yeah, what they getting, it's on me, or whatever. And I'm just looking at him like, now that's one thing about me. I really hate for a male to walk up to me or is trying to talk to me and they showing off their money and stuff like that. Don't amuse me. That don't make me want to talk to you more because I get my own money myself. Like, I don't need your money, honestly. Like, I really don't. Like, and I know a lot of people be like, well, girl, you tweaking, or nah, you lying. Like, no, I've always been that way. Like, in every relationship, I've always been that way. I never used a man for their money. Like, if you want to spend something on me, okay, that's cool. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not about to sit here and beg you or ask you for anything either. So that's always been my character. So I'm like, no, I got it. And he was like, no, I got it. So I'm like, man, whatever. So I asked the man what's my total, and he told me the total. So then I paid for our liquor and stuff. And so after that, we walked to the car, and what did I call him? Devin? Yeah, I called him Devin. I forgot that quick. So Devin followed me to the car, and the dudes that's talking to my other two friends, they following them to the car, talking to them. They exchanging their numbers with them and stuff like that. And my other friend, she wasn't really talking to nobody, so she just got back in the car. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I put the stuff in the car, and so he, you know, sitting here trying to talk to me and stuff like that. Then he took off his ski mask, so I really got to saw his face, and I'm like, oh, okay, he a little cutie. He a little light-skinned cutie. Now, mind you, I love me a light skin, but I love a dark skin too. Like, I don't discriminate, baby. But them light skins, I don't know, they be doing something to me. But either way, so yeah, so he took off his little ski mask, and I saw him and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, you cute. I'm like, you cute, but what's to you? Like, what's to you? He's like, nothing. I just shot me a music video and all of this other stuff and stuff like that. And imagine, he was flashing his money, and I was kind of turned off by that. But I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we exchanged numbers or whatever, and he was like, yeah, you better call me or whatever. He was like, cause he was like, what y'all doing tonight? Before we even left, and before he said you better call me, he was like, what y'all doing tonight? And I'm like, oh, we about to slide to one of our friends' house in the city. And he was like, oh, y'all must be going to go see some niggas. And I'm like, I'm not going to go see no nigga. These is my friends' people. Like, my friends know these people. I don't know these people. I'm just going for a good time, okay? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he was like, I'm gonna get you, like, and like, you gonna be mad type stuff. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, boy, whatever, what the fuck ever. And so then after that, me and my friends, we got in a car, we all exchanged numbers with everybody and stuff like that, and then we left. Okay, so then after that, we went to these people's house or whatever. We had a good time, we got a little drunk over there, stuff like that. So after that, we ain't really had no more moves. Like, me and one of my friends that I was always with, we always have moves. Like, no matter if something ended early or whatever, we always have moves every time we go out. So she like, so the girl that didn't talk to nobody, she like, can y'all drop me off at my sneaky link house or whatever? So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, where's this place at? So we drop her off. Now, mind you, on our way back to, because my friend, she was like, okay, well, call up Devin and see what him and his people at, you know, since we ain't got no more moves. So I'm like, okay, I'll call him up. So I'm like, where y'all at? He was like, we still where you left us at. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we end up going back that way, but in the midst of us going back that way, I caught a freaking flat, bro. I caught a flat. I was so pissed. I was pissed, okay? I was pissed. I had went to all different type of gas stations to get fixed a flat. I even had a man try to help me out with my tire. It was to the point like the tire was done for though, but you know, I had enough fix-a-flat to get me back to where I need. And the man put air in my tire with the fix-a-flat, and it helped me out to a certain extent to get to where I needed to go. Well, not fully, but where I was headed. But I knew I should have just ended the night there, because at the end of the day, I don't like being stranded nowhere. I always have a car, so I don't like being stranded nowhere. So I was technically stranded in this situation. Not really, but in a way, yeah, I was. So, okay, so we get back to where we was going, and we get back to the real, I mean, why do I want to call him the real? Devin. We get back to Devin and his friends. Now, the dude that was talking to one of my friends, first of all, she was drunk. She was in my backseat, passed the hell out because she was overly drunk. And then the dude that she was talking to, she called him Baby Shark because she called this man Baby Shark, y'all. She called him Baby Shark because he had on a Baby Shark shirt. But I'm guessing he just came from, like, I don't know if he had a daughter or a son. But they had a birthday party earlier that day, and I guess he never changed out that shirt. But I kind of looked at it like, you going out in a Baby Shark t-shirt? Okay, whatever. So she wasn't there. But Devin and the dude that my other friend was talking to, you know, they was still outside. So we met up with them or whatever. And like, we was chilling, and so my friend, she was talking to the dude she was talking to, and I ended up getting in Devin's car, and we ended up talking. Now, mind you, Devin kind of wanted to drive off with me, but I'm like, no, you can't drive off with me, because no, you just can't do that. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. My friend, she was the one that was like, nah, you ain't finna take her nowhere. Nah. Cause we was under the influence. We was under the influence and stuff like that. And I mean, it wasn't that I couldn't think on my own, but she was just quicker on her feet with it than I was. So she was like, "No, you ain't finna take her nowhere. Like, what if? No, you're not finna drive off with her. Like, what do you think this is?" So I was like, "Okay, yeah, you're not finna drive off with me. The fuck." So, and it wasn't like I was going. It was just like I said, she was quicker on her feet than I was to say something to him, because it was just like, yeah. So he was like, okay, so I don't know how, I don't know where did we go, but I end up parking my car in front of his people crib. His people crib is on the next block. Is on the next block from the liquor store and the little bar or whatever. So I parked my car in front of there because, mind you, my tire's still flat and shit like that and all this crazy shit. Now, mind you, our friend, she's still in the back of my car, drunk as fuck, passed out. And not only that, she left her phone where we was just at. And I wasn't about to drive I couldn't even drive all the way back out there because, first of all, my tire was flat. Like, I didn't have a tire on my car. Like, what was I supposed to do? So I'm just like, oh my God, like, what the hell? Like, oh my goodness. So me and my friend, Devin and his friend, we all get in Devin's car or whatever. And I know y'all gonna say we bogus, but we was lied to in a sense. I'ma just be honest with you. We was very lied to. So we was like, basically, like, we need some more liquor. Like, we ain't got no more liquor. The liquor store that was right there, they wasn't open no more. And let me tell you, it was probably at least past like 2 o'clock, maybe. But I know the liquor store was closed by the time we wanted some more liquor. So we all like, yeah, well, we should just go to 159th if you from Chicago, and if you from the suburbs, 159 got that gas station liquor store that's open 24 hours, okay? So yeah, we like, yeah, we should go to that liquor store, whatever, because all the other ones around here, they're not open. So Devin was like, oh, okay. So he was like, so what y'all gonna do with y'all friend? Because she wasn't waking up. She was very much alive, but she wasn't like waking up. And we thought we was just gonna go there and come straight back. So it would have been fine. Like, it would have been fine. Why in the hell did Devin end up driving all the way the fuck downtown? We were supposed to be going to the liquor store. Why are we downtown? Like, what? Like, I was very much confused. But then again, like, because I was under the influence, I'm like, shit, this is a nice little ride. But then again, in the back of my head, I'm like, wait, our friend is in my car, sleep drunk. She don't have a phone. So if she do wake up while we gone, she gonna freak the fuck out. Like, she not gonna know where the hell she at. None of that. So I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So my friend, she like, no, we can't even stay down here. Like, I don't even know why you brought us down here. You said you was gonna take us to the liquor store, and you ain't even take us to the liquor store. Like, what is wrong with you? We got a friend back in her car, and she don't even have a phone to call us if she was, da 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 da, and all of this other shit. So he kind of get a little bit upset because I guess he wanted to walk downtown or whatever. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm too drunk to even walk any goddamn where. I'm drunk. Like, I'm not about to walk nowhere. So we end up going back or whatever. We ain't even go to the liquor store. We go pick up my friend or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what the hell? So in the midst of that, we end up waking my friend up when we get back, and basically, like, I don't know, my friend that wasn't drunk, that was with me, with Devin, her and Devin end up kind of like getting into it, because I guess she was like, he slick at the mouth and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, Devin was real smooth with it. Like, he was real smooth with his words. I think that's really how he got me. Not really, but he was smooth at the words. Like, he was smooth at the mouth. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, he was very smooth. He was smooth and slick at the mouth, okay? Like, he had that mouth that could talk. Well, clearly it didn't talk me too much out of my drawers until later on in our relationship. But anyway, so yeah, so yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, so yeah, they kind of argued a little bit. So then we finally get her or whatever, and she like, where my phone at? She woke up and she was like, where my phone at? Where my phone at? And we like, shit, we don't know. So I go over, everybody in Devon car at this point. So I go back to my car and I'm looking. Now, mind you, I left my door open. I was in the front passenger seat. I left my door open because I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? Or whatever. So I left my door open. And I could kind of hear the conversation, but I wasn't paying attention too much because I was looking for my friend's phone in my car. And he was saying something to the nature of like, oh, well, why is she the only person looking for a phone that's not even hers? Like, it's not even her phone, but yet she the only person outside looking for a phone or whatever, which I understood that. But at the end of the day, it's all about your presentation. It's all about how you say things. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And he came off a little strong, I guess. And my friend that wasn't drunk, well, that, you know, was still up and stuff like that, she ain't like that. So she kind of went back and forth with him. Then she ended up getting out the car and she walking around the corner. Now, a lot of females, when you get drunk, you know, you get pissy, okay? You gotta pee. You got to pee. And we wasn't around nothing that was open. We wasn't near my house at the time. So we was just, she went around the corner, went to go use the bathroom, but I ended up following her. I'm like, where's she going? Like, what the hell? I'm like, where's she going? So I follow her or whatever, and she come back and she like, so I meet her around the corner where she went to. She went to an alley, and I don't like that. You gonna have to be with me. Like, I'm gonna have to see you. So she come back around the corner and she like, I'm good. Like, she had like, she kind of had an attitude with me or whatever, but I didn't really do nothing. So I was so confused or whatever. So at that point, she was ready to go home. So the dude that she was talking to ended up getting out because I guess that was his house, but they was cousins. Devin and the dude that was talking to my friend was his cousin. So he was like, no, I'm gonna just go in the crib or whatever and stuff like that. So I let him drop both of them off and stuff like that. But in the process, like, the friend, now I'm gonna just be honest, I really only had one friend in this situation. Everybody else was associates. Everybody else I met through my friend. Okay. So the girl that was drunk, she was finally up and stuff like that. And he was talking and stuff. And he was just like, I don't want nobody. I'm not trying to talk to nobody but her. Talking about me. I'm not trying to talk to nobody but her. I don't want nobody but her. Like, I'm not on that shit. Da 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 da. Where this came from, I don't know. Cause like I said, I wasn't out of there, but I was tipsy. At this point, I started coming down from my drunkenness because, you know, it's been a minute. So I started coming down from my drunkenness. So now I'm starting to be tipsy. So I'm hearing the conversation, but it's like I don't know. So yeah, we end up dropping my friend off. Then we end up dropping the other girl off. But on the way to dropping the other girl off, she he was talking and stuff like that. And I guess he was talking real extravagant or something like that, to the point where she felt the need to tap me on my shoulder and tell me. And I know y'all gonna be like, girl, what? Like, but she tapped me on my shoulder and say, girl, let's trade niggas. Let's trade niggas. Because, girl, do you hear how he talking? Do you hear how he talking? He talking like he got it. Da, 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 da. And if you don't want him out, first of all, what? First of all, what? Come again, say what? Come again, say motherfucking what? Baby, I don't do no trading. I don't do no trading. And to be honest, I really wasn't seeing myself with this man. Little did I know. But I really wasn't seeing myself with this man like that. So, like, it's a fucking neck. But anyway, like, what? Like, so I'm like, girl, I ain't even reply to her. I just ignore her or whatever and stuff like that. So we end up dropping her off and stuff. And then he took me back to my house. Now, mind you, from the last girl house to my house is not far. Probably like at the most a 7-minute drive. That's literally how close we live from each other. So I'm like, okay, you know, thank you for taking me home and all of this other stuff. And thank you for taking my friends home. I was like, that was very nice of you and stuff. And he was like, well, can I come in? Mind you, the sun is up at this point. At this point, the sun is up. The sun is up and shining in the sky. And I'm just like, huh? He like, I'm tired, da da da, all of this other shit. At this point, I really didn't care. And I know y'all like, girl, what if that nigga would have did something to you? That would have been fucked up. That, like, it would have been fucked up. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but that would have been fucked up. But I was tired. Like, I was coming down from my drunkenness. I was coming down from being high. I was coming down from all of that. And at that point, I didn't even care. I just wanted to go get in my bed and go to sleep, okay? Because it was probably, it had to be like around 8 o'clock. No, maybe like 7 or, yeah, about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning by the time I got home. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. So we went in there and we went to sleep. Mind y'all, my phone went dead. My phone went dead, and I left my phone on the kitchen counter. When I say I went to sleep in my clothes that I went out in. That's how tired I was. So we wake up to a loud knocking and banging on my window. I lived on the first floor in some apartments, so it was easy for you to walk up and knock on my window. Because you had to have a key to get into, in order to just get into my building, you have to have a key or you have to be buzzed in. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I get up, I go, and I see that it's the girl we dropped off. Now, mind you, I told y'all, everybody came to my house. She ended up leaving her car and her keys. Not only her car, I mean, she didn't only leave her car, but she left her keys at my house too, which I thought was so stupid. But hey, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I give her her keys and stuff like that, and she like, so what y'all doing today? Bitch, it's 1 o'clock. I'm still fucking sleepy. And not only that, I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do in my car, because I have to work this week. What do you mean, what is we on today? Like, y'all, like, that, like, it be blowing me, because people, some people, they keep partying and partying and partying. They go day after day after day. I can't do that. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got me some wine, so. I hate when you put like ice and wine, and then like the ice start melting and you taste the water from the ice before you start tasting the actual drink. Like, I hate that. But yeah, so I'm like, girl, I don't know. I just told her I don't know. And then she left. So, okay, cool. So, y'all, my hair growing out so bad. Okay, anyway, sorry, y'all. But, so yeah, so I'm like, girl, bye. So, I end up calling my mother because I'm like, I need my car towed. Like, I need my car towed. And I was so slow of this because I end up waiting longer to get my car back than I was originally supposed to. I could have had my car fixed that exact day. The next day, I could have got my car fixed that exact day, instead of waiting the day after to go get my car, or not even a day after, but instead of waiting a couple of days to get my car fixed, to get my tire fixed. So at first I was going to go get my car towed to the tire shop that my family normally goes to in the city by my grandparents' house. But instead, for some reason, I thought, oh, let me get my car towed to the Jeep dealership. First of all, anyway, so let me get to that. I'll get to that part in a little bit. But, so I'm like, so I call my mama and I'm like, what is the service that I could get for, so I could get my car towed? And they like, oh, just call AAA and da-da-da-da-da. So I called AAA. Now, my grandma already has AAA. But what I didn't know is that the actual person that has the membership with AAA, they have to be there with that car. They have to actually be there with that car in order for it to get towed or whatever. Me and my mom, we did have a AAA service, but it ended up expiring, so we didn't have it no more. So my grandma was the only one that had it. So I'm like, damn. So I ended up just buying me a membership, and then I end up getting them to tow my car. So I tell them where my car was and things like that, and then I told them the place to tow it to. But then I end up changing it because I thought that Jeep was going to be able to change my tire and I just go. No, that wasn't the case. That really wasn't the case. Jeep didn't even look at my car till the next day. Jeep didn't look at my car till the next day. So I was kind of pissed about that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, so after I did that and I told them where my car was, the dude, he came to get my car or whatever. The tow truck came to get my car. Now, we had to meet them in order to get the car because, sometimes they be driving. It depends on what type of tow truck they got. They'll either drive your car up on the tow truck or whatever the situation is. So, okay, so we met him there. Devin took me back to the spot where my car was parked at, which was in front of his people's house. And I'm like, okay. So I gave him my key. He put the thing on he put my car on his truck and he took it to Jeep. He let it off in the back. Now, we got there before. No. Yeah. I think we got there before him. So, Devin. So, I tell Devin, like, I'm about to go in real quick. And see what's the wait time and stuff like that. He like, okay, I need to go get some gas. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, where are you going to go get some gas? He was like, oh, I'm just going across the bridge to go get some gas. And he was like, he was like, come with me. And I'm like, I gotta go in to go check with these people about my car real quick. You could go get the gas and just come back and get me and drop me off. So he was like, okay. So I'm like, okay. I'll go in, stuff like that. I talk to the people at Jeep, and then I come back out. But I don't see Devin nowhere. I don't see his car absolutely nowhere. So I'm like, and I ain't gonna lie, I was in that Jeep place for a good little old minute. So I know, like, he should have went to go get his gas, then came back. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm calling Devin. I'm calling him. Because, first of all, I had to search for his number because on some real stuff, I don't even think I saved his number that night. I don't think I saved his number that night or whatever. So I'm like, and if I did, I saved it under something that it wasn't, because at first I saved his name as, let's see, what did I save his name as? I think I saved his name as Trey, but his name was Devin, which really wasn't his real name, but his name was Devin. So I'm like, bro, or I didn't save it at all. I don't think I saved his name at all. I don't think I did. So I'm like, okay. So I finally found his number. First, I called my friend that was with me the night before. And I'm like, yeah, call his cousin to see what his number is. Or whatever. Because this nigga done left me up here. Like, this nigga done left me at Jeep. Now, mind you, Jeep was not too far. Like, Jeep was literally like a 3-minute drive from my house. Literally. Like, all you had to do was go over the bridge. And there's Jeep. But I was so mad. I was heated. I was looking dusty. When I say dusty, I was looking dusty. Okay? Like, I remember I had on some bright orange shorts and a bright orange big shirt. I was walking around looking like an orange tangerine, baby. Like, and you just gonna leave me out here like that? Like, oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I'm calling. So she called me back and she was like, yeah, he not answering. So I'm like, fuck. So I just go through my phone and I search for it. Because I know we had some messages where I called him, he called me, one or the other. We had some type of interactions on this phone, because how else did I get to you last night after my tire went flat? Okay? So, yeah, we had some interactions. So I end up calling him. Call him, no answer. Keep calling him, no answer. Keep calling him, no answer. Right there should have been a red flag. First of all, me coming out the Jeep place should have been a red flag. That should have been my red flag. But me constantly calling you and you not answering, that was another big red flag. And I ain't gonna lie, I paid attention to it. Trust and believe, I paid attention to it. So at this point, I'm so furious. Like, I'm so mad. It's hot as hell outside and everything. And I'm just sitting here. I'm low-key crying because I'm like, why the fuck am I in this situation, bro? Like, why am I in this situation? Like, oh, like, why did you even think it was okay to put your trust into a nigga you just met last night? Like, girl, is you cool? Is you okay? So, y'all, I end up calling my grandmother, and thank God she is an angel, because just thank God she's an angel, because, and I know y'all probably would have been, I know y'all probably like, well, why didn't you call an Uber or call a Lyft? At the time, I was so furious. I wasn't thinking about a Uber nor a Lyft. I wasn't thinking about none of that. Honey. I did not care about none of that, okay? So I'm like, so my grandma came, she picked me up, and she took me home, and that was that. And I ain't talked to Devin for a good couple of weeks. And y'all gonna hear another story time about Devin or whatever. But yeah, that's the time that I was basically left stranded, left to die, left to get kidnapped. And I would never do it again. I would never put my trust, I would never put my trust into another man ever again. In that sense. Especially after meeting him on the first day. I ain't even known this man for a whole 24 hours. And I put my trust in him with taking me to to everything. Like, and not only that, I forgot to mention, I told him, like, well, if you have something to do, I'll call somebody else. He was like, no, I've been with you since last night. Like, I mean, I ain't got nothing to do. And I'm just like, no, I mean, I guess. But y'all, yeah. It'll never happen again. You won't see it again. You will not see that again. Not out of me. Not out of me, at least. Like, for real. You'll never see that again. I don't care. You'll never see it again. But yeah, y'all. So that's basically the story time about me getting left and stranded. Like I keep saying, never again. I'm just keep on thinking about it like never again. And the fact that I end up, it did take me a little minute to start back messing with Devin, but eventually I did start talking back to Devin. And like I said, y'all will hear about him in another story time. Y'all will literally hear about him in another story time. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video. Can you please, before you exit out this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you don't do anything else, just click that thumbs up button for me. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next week, okay? Because I promise y'all I'm going to be back with these videos. I'm gonna be very consistent with these videos coming up, okay? So just hold on tight, kick your feet up, and relax, and just stick with me. Just stick with me, y'all. I'm working on it, okay? So just stick with me, y'all. I love you guys so much, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.